Thank you very much. Okay, so today we're going to look at Unit 2.1. And this unit, you need to know and understand the difference between land, man, and when, coverage and weight used. You need to discuss internet as a when. Then you should also be able to determine or define the terms network architecture. Then you should be able to differentiate between network architectures, client server, and peer-to-peer, and then lastly, internet peer-to-peer network. Ne? So you would ask yourself, what is a network? Ne? In business, they usually use this term network, where you connect with other people or you tend to build a rapport because you would like to do business with that particular person. But here we do not necessarily talk of connecting with people, but connecting with people over the internet. So there is no face-to-face activity. So the definition of a network is a collection of computing devices such as computers, smartphones, printers, routers, and hard drives that are connected together to enable the sharing of resources and data over communication media such as mobile networks or telephone cables. So if you were to send an email, that is you communicating with someone else, sharing the particular data that you would like that person to have. Computer networks are grouped in four categories. So firstly, you get PAN, which is a personal area network. Secondly, you get LAN, which is a local area network. Then you get MAN. This is the metropolitan area network. And then lastly, there's wide area network. So what does this mean? So personal area network. This is a personal area network is the smallest network which is very personal to you as the user. So this has a connectivity range of 10 meters. Example for where we would use this type of network is when you are sending your friend a song over or via Bluetooth. That one. Then we look at local area network. This is a small network, usually with the devices located in a single building or even on a single floor in a large building. So too many computers in a LAN can lead to delays in sending and receiving information. So just for instance, you weren't here because you were at home the first week when we were registering. The network was very slow of West Coast College because all five campuses wanted to register or access the West Coast College portal, your student portal. In this lab, you thought like, where's the computer speed? This thing is so slow, it does not even want to open. It's because too many people was accessing that particular network. But that is not necessarily a LAN. But with this, whereas, for instance, if you want to be in a library, there's maybe just five computers and so forth. But then they are overutilizing that particular network. The staff as well, and you as the public user. Then it becomes slow. With the metropolitan area network, generally expands throughout the city. It is any network bigger than a LAN, but too small to be considered a WAN. So, for instance, a large university campus or your even college. So, this is the type of network that we use, né? As West Coast College, and it interconnects with all 5 campuses. Lastly, we look at wide area network. This is a network that covers more than 48 kilometers. It connects devices using copper wire, satellites, fiber optic cables, and mobile networks. So fiber optic cables was recently installed in some of our towns or even townships. And then you get most boomer. You know that one. That's fiber. So it's cables. And then somewhere either on a mountain or someone's house, you would see certain satellites, or even at a high school or a primary school. Example of this kind of network is basically research or the branches of a particular bank. For instance, FNB, ABSA, and so forth. They would run on one kind of network interprovincially. The different types of network and architectures. So we do get 3 types of network architectures. Okay? The first one, server network. The second one is peer-to-peer network. Then we get internet peer-to-peer network. So what is network architecture? This is the configuration or layout of computers, computing devices, and servers on a network. Okay? So the first one you would look at is client-server network. So client-server network is a server which is usually a very powerful computer, is used to manage a network's data files and resources sharing. The system will compare and provide direct information and inquiries requested by the client. So some of the features of this type of network is the client computer on this network to request resources for the server, and the server responds with the required resources. Secondly, the client computer can also store the data on the server. So this model works well with more than 10 computing devices and is used by businesses, schools, hospitals, governments, and colleges. As you can see, we are using a client-server network as you would receive certain documentation or data on your desktop that you have to retrieve from the common drive. We all know where is the common drive now. Learn that in info, need to abstract or retrieve certain documentation. And there you can see the picture illustrating this kind of client-server network. So there we would see the server, which is there inside, and then it's connected to a router, which is connected to this printer. There you can see the LAN cable, and then the client, who is me. There's the main computer, and then there's another router expanding to the firewall or the internet. So you can get net connectivity, and then it's interconnected to another router, which is here outside. You walk in the corridors, just look up. There's a router there. Here is the one you can go connect to wirelessly. On your student Wi-Fi, type in your your student number, your password, and then you are connected with your cell phone, tablet, or laptop. Do you understand? It's clear. So Advantages and disadvantages of client-server networks. Advantage, there is dedicated server that is responsible for it, for sharing resources on the network, which requires better performance and speed. There is greater security as data is better protected. These networks have administrators computers that are responsible for the maintenance of that particular network. As you know, on this particular network, you cannot access some of your websites that you would like to access. Correct? It shows you a restriction because it is highly protected through the college. The disadvantages of this particular client-server network is it is expensive to create and maintain, as it is specialized servers, large data storage, software, and administrators access if the server goes down. So if the server goes down, the whole West Coast College, the main server is in Malmesbury at central office. And if that goes down, 4 or 5 campuses servers is down. Loss of access, if the server goes down, meaning you will no longer have access to resources required from the server if it loses functionality. Meaning if we wanted to share data, and it was on common drive, which is a network drive, we would not necessarily have access to that particular data. Secondly, we look to peer-to-peer network. So peer-to-peer network is a simple network architecture that connects computers or computers devices directly without going through a server. So this is your Wi-Fi or internet that you have at home. It connects fewer than 10 computing devices. Peer-to-peer networks are easily to set up, but hard to maintain because each device needs to be constantly operational. Devices can be connected via cables or through the Wi-Fi. So as you can see there on this picture that illustrates, you have your main Wi-Fi device or your router that connects. Remember, nowadays everything is going to be or become smart. You have a smart vacuum now is well connected. It's vacuuming your place now. You have cameras which is automatically connected to the Wi-Fi, so it's continuously backing up video footage because of storage and so forth. Your cell phone, you connect. And then if you want to extend this particular network, you can have a router extender to extend that particular signal strength. Hence, we have ours there on the outside. Then outside, on that side of the building, some of the residents stand there in the corridor or here by the gate because they want to be connected. Internet peer-to-peer networks. So this kind of network is direct connected between the computer or computing devices over the internet. They do not require a server to send or receive files from each other. So the features of this kind of network, it requires special software like uTorrent, BitTorrent transmissions to connect to the peer-to-peer network. The files that are downloaded are uploaded, can be videos, music, images, and so on. So where do you download uTorrent or BitTorrent data? If you want to go to Kick-Ass Torrents, but you need to have the software, either BitTorrent or uTorrent, you can basically download videos, music, images, and even software applications. So some of you that are paying for Spotify, you go to a torrent, you download the correct version, you do not need to pay subscription. Né? Because it's correct. Very illegal, né? But yeah, be careful. That's how you get hacked. Shared files have a torrent extension. Internet peer-to-peer network advantages. So let's have a look. It is easy to set up and the cost is low. Since there is no dedicated server, if one computer on the network goes down, the data of others will still function as they are independent and it makes it of each other. Né? Disadvantages, it is limited or no security controls to transfer of files between devices. The data is stored in different locations, which is difficult to back up and ensure integrity of files could have been updated but not saved in the correct location. Right? So it is important for you to save your personal data and your work. Remember, we use OneCloud, or can use OneCloud to back up our particular files that we use or utilize in this learning environment. And that is module 2. There is an activity. There's an activity 2.1 that I would like you to complete. Still have 20 minutes left. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay. So everyone has a pen. Eh? You can't go to war without your weapons. Just saying. Huh? Chief. You must have your book. Don't have book. Okay. We'll sort you out.